Today Oil and Gas Vision are here at the Subsea Expo 2018 in Aberdeen, the world's largest subsea exhibition and conference. Today I'll be interviewing some industry experts and speakers at the exhibition. How important are events like Subsea Expo for the industry and for Aberdeen specifically?
I think an event like Subsea Expo is really important for the industry. It's our chance to showcase, both in terms of from the exhibition side and the companies exhibiting, sort of hardware and know-how. And then you've also, of course, got the conference, which is various technical sessions. It's a chance for the industry to come together. We've got the awards dinner on the Thursday evening. So it's a real chance to sort of, come together, find out where the sort of key developments and key trends are, and a chance to network and sort of, for companies to engage. So in my view, Subsea Expo is certainly from a Scottish and UK perspective, it's probably one of the most important events of the year.
Can you tell us about the work that you do at Scottish Enterprise?
Yep, so Scottish Enterprise, Economic Development Agency, and we focus on sort of key sectors, key companies, and Subsea is obviously one of those key sectors. So we provide help, assistance to a company base, and that can range from supporting innovation, leadership, etc. We help companies to internationalise, we attract them with investment into Scotland, we can provide funding, so the whole range of services that we can provide. And for us, for Scottish Enterprise, the subsea sector is one of our key sectors. We've identified that as a key sector for growth. We helped set up Subsea UK, the main trade body for the industry, back in 2004, and we're continuing to work closely with them. So we've got a real focus on subsea right now, and that focus is on helping the supply chain to get new markets, new growth, both in oil and gas and elsewhere, attracting the kind of right level of innovation into the sector. So for example, in 2016, 2017, we helped subsea innovation to the tune of 12 million in R&D support, and then making sure we've got the right sort of testing and demonstration facilities, so we help and make contributions towards projects like that.
And how has the industry changed in the last few years? What are you seeing? Any patterns emerging? Has it grown?
Well, the last 3 or 4 years obviously been, along with the rest of the oil and gas industry, been a very, very tough time, and we all know what that's meant in terms of jobs and investment and confidence. There is a sense, I think, that we're beginning to come through that. There's a sort of a bit of renewed optimism. I mean, it's still tough. It's still tough times for a lot of people. But there is a sense that in the last sort of 12 months, 6 to 12 months, that things are beginning to, come out of that sort of really difficult time. A lot of focus on those new growth opportunities. And in particular, I think oil and gas companies moving from oil and gas into wider markets. So even this week, I've heard a lot of companies talking about renewable energy, defence, aquaculture, a whole range of sort of new markets that we're moving into. So of course oil and gas is crucial to our success and our future, but other sectors will become more. So I think that's a big trend, and we'll see that continuing, I think, in the next few years.
And then you touched on innovation there. So we've seen that that's having a significant impact. Do you feel like that's going to continue to grow as well? How can that be used more in the industry going forward?
Absolutely. So I think, key technology areas, and I think you now have a sort of a supporting system, things like the National Subsea Research Initiative, the Oil and Gas Technology Centre, they're all about getting those key technologies to the market more quickly, deployed more quickly. I think there's also an opportunity to take technologies from other sectors and learning from other sectors into oil and gas. So I think the real focus, in the last, few decades, there's this sense that sometimes the oil and gas sector can be a little bit conservative, a little bit, the race to be second. So I think there's an appetite from sort of the industry to sort of advance that and become more quick to deploy technology quickly, because that is the future for the sector. So if you look at the Small Pools Initiative, which is all about sort of untapping and developing relatively small fields that have perhaps been uneconomic in previous years. So the only way you're going to make those economic is to deploy the technology of the future. And that's where there's a big focus on areas at the moment. And there's a session here this week on that very topic. So these are the things that we need to focus on to develop that.
And finally, what do you predict for the future of the oil and gas industry? Is there a positive outlook ahead?
I think there is. It's always difficult to make predictions, as we know. We've come through a tough time. I think, a lot of pain and a lot of hard times for a lot of people and companies. There is that sort of, without being, overconfident, there's sort of renewed optimism right now. I think we'll see the oil and gas industry continue to be at the heart of certainly Aberdeen and a big part of the Scottish economy. But we will begin to see that sort of diversification as well. So as well as continuing to play a role in oil and gas, the subsea industry will move into other sectors. And I think the key challenge for Scotland and indeed for the industry is to remain competitive, is to look at that level of investment, look at what is happening elsewhere, whether it be in Norway, United States or whatever, and make sure that we remain competitive, because we do have a real global subsea cluster in Scotland. So the challenge is to keep that and maintain our position.